Hi, I'm Scott Samuel here at the Culinary Institute of America at Greystone in Napa Valley. Today we're going to make a North African dish called a tagine. It's a chicken tagine with roasted red grapes. There's also some dried apricots in there. Let's take a look at our components here. There's a variety of spices that we're going to use to marinate a chicken thigh, which has a little bit more meatiness to it and a little bit more flavor than a chicken breast. So this cooking process that we're going to do in the skillet can be done in a tagine. The concept is to keep the moisture in. We'll have the lid on, cooking it on low heat so that the chicken melts in your mouth. So we have a ginger, cinnamon, cayenne, and turmeric as our main spice profile, salt and pepper, and fresh garlic, and red onion, and our chicken thigh. And then we're going to make a mixture of apricots, honey, cinnamon stick, and a little bit of chicken stock, and cook that down, and that will be added to the tagine later. So a tagine is a traditional conical looking dish that's used to braise dishes by keeping a lid on it to keep the steam within the dish. Not everybody has a tagine. So I'm going to use a larger skillet today, and I'm going to brown the chicken, remove the chicken, add the onions and the garlic, cook that down, add the chicken back along with herbs, and put a lid on it and simmer it on low heat for about 30 minutes. Let's marinate the chicken. So I've removed all the skin and the bone and most of the fat from this chicken, and now I'm going to marinate it with our ginger, cinnamon, turmeric, very traditional North African spices, cayenne, fresh ground black pepper, and kosher salt. We'll toss so the spices coat. We'll add 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And let me just set this aside for a couple of minutes, and we'll get the other ingredients ready for this dish. With this mixture here, I'm going to make plumped apricots that will be added later into the dish. So half a cup of apricots, honey, and a cinnamon stick, and a half a cup of chicken stock or water. And we're going to bring this to a simmer, and I want to cook it down until all the moisture is absorbed within the apricots and there's like a glaze in the bottom of the pan. So that's a component we'll set aside on low heat. And after we cook the chicken, we're going to be adding a sliced red onion. So let me cut this onion. What I like to do is cut it about 1/4 inch because I want some of the texture of the onion to be part of the dish. I don't want it to be cooked down so far that you don't recognize it anymore. All right, so our onion, our garlic. Let's go ahead and start cooking this. I have a wide pan on medium heat, medium to medium high. Add my remaining 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And I want to add this and cook it to get some nice color. This is the beginning of the tagine, the beginning of the base. All right, so to go through this again, we're going to cook our chicken slowly, get some nice color, brown the chicken. It's going to develop a fond on the bottom of the pan. Okay, we've got some nice color on the chicken. It's not completely cooked, but this step is where we remove the chicken. And we'll be adding this back after we get some nice color on our red onions and garlic. All right, turning the heat back up to medium high. Let's add our red onions. I want to cook these for about 3 or 4 minutes until they're soft. A little bit of color. And then we'll add our garlic, our chicken stock, and I'm going to make a little herb bundle out of our Italian parsley and cilantro. So those are our components, and this is going to be a slow braise. And near the end of the process, if you take a look at our apricots here, they're cooking down. This pan will be pretty dry with a glaze of the apricot and the honey. We'll add that, and then we'll work on our roasted grapes. So as you see, I'm not trying to caramelize the onions. I just want to get them a little bit soft, slight amount of color. Now we add our garlic. We'll cook this down until it's soft, just starting to color. So it goes real quick. We don't want to burn the garlic or that will kind of break the dish. So now we have our base here. We're going to add our chicken back along with the juices. Add our chicken stock, our herb bundle. Put a lid on it. I'm going to put that on low heat and cook it for about 30 minutes. All right, so grapes are a classic ingredient in Mediterranean cooking. So today's dish, the chicken tagine, grapes are a natural component to it. The roasted grapes I'm going to make right here are very simple. In a saute pan. The grapes, salt and pepper. Shake to coat it with the oil. I'm going to pop these in a 400-degree oven and cook them until they start to release their juices and are slightly colored. This should take about 10 minutes. So when I serve this dish, I'll serve it with a simple saffron couscous, garnish it with some roasted grapes and toasted almonds for crunch. Let's take a look at our tagine and our apricots. I'm going to take these off the heat. This is where they should be for the apricots. We have a nice glaze on the bottom. This component will be added to our tagine after it's had a chance to cook down. And let's take a look at where our tagine is. It's been about 15 minutes. All right, let's go for another 15 minutes. We'll add our apricots, our roasted grapes, and finish this dish. This has been simmering for about 30 minutes. Looks really nice. Chicken's have released its juices. We still have some moisture in the bottom of the pan. This is what we want. I'm going to go ahead and add the sweet component to this dish. And let's take a look at our roasted grapes. That's exactly what they should look like. They're starting to release their juices. You can see that popping a little and just starting to get some color around the edges. What I want to do is add half this mixture to our tagine. And I'll save the other half for garnish. All right, so let me mix this up. And we're going to cook this for another 5 minutes. And after 5 more minutes, we'll remove the cinnamon stick and this herb bundle, and we should be ready to serve. Okay, so 5 minutes later, both of the sweet components, the grapes and the apricots, have kind of come together with the savoriness of the chicken and the spices. And I'm ready to serve this. It looks exactly like it should. I'm going to remove the cinnamon stick and our herb bundle. And the seasoning should be just right on this. We'll give it a little taste. Perfect. All right, so a very simple saffron couscous as the base. The chicken and grape tagine. I'm going to garnish with some of the roasted grapes. A couple cilantro sprigs and some toasted almonds. So there we have it, our chicken tagine with roasted red grapes.